Jesus once told a powerful story about a man preparing a great feast. Everything was ready. The table was set, the food prepared, and invitations had already been sent out. When the time for the feast finally came, the master sent his servant to tell the guests, "Come, because everything is now ready." But one by one, the invited guests began making excuses. One said, "I bought a field and I must go see it." Another said, "I bought 5 pairs of oxen and I need to try them out." Another said, "I just got married, so I cannot come." None of these things were evil by themselves, but they had become more important than accepting the invitation. When the servant returned and told the master what happened, the master became angry. Not because the guests were busy, but because they rejected the invitation. So the master said, "Go quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame." The servant did as he was told, but there was still room at the feast. Then the master said, "Go out to the roads and country lanes and urge people to come in, so that my house will be full." This parable is more than a story about a dinner. Jesus was teaching about the invitation to God's kingdom. God is still calling people today. He invites everyone to come to him, not because they are perfect, rich, important, or powerful, but because he loves them. Yet many people are too distracted, too busy, or too focused on temporary things to respond to his call. Sometimes the things pulling us away are not bad things. Work, money, relationships, entertainment, and daily responsibilities can slowly take first place in our hearts. And without realizing it, we begin making excuses instead of making room for God. But the beautiful part of this story is that God never stops inviting people. His grace reaches the forgotten, the broken, the rejected, and those who feel unworthy. There is still room at his table. Today, the invitation is still open. God is calling. The question is not whether the feast is ready. The question is, will we respond? Will we make time for him, or will we let the distractions of life keep us away? Because one day, the invitation will not remain open forever. So while there is still time, accept the invitation and come to the feast God has prepared for you.